decided to do an overview of the two cars. This is the EV, this is the EUV Bolt, Chevy Bolt. They're both 2023. Very similar cars as far as driving, but they have some differences. And I want to give you my honest opinion about the two cars. Probably, and I'm gonna tell you right now, these are probably the best bang for the bucks that you can get. I mean, these cars after the rebates is $14,000. These are 1-2 year old cars. With this one we bought it it was a very good deal. This one was just 8,000 miles on the clock. This one is 18,000. I checked the batteries on both, very good condition, 90+%, so they're almost as new. You can see the front, while very similar for the headlights. See the headlights here are like this, but not connected with this down light, while on the EV the light is kind of, I like it actually a little bit better. It's very subjective which one is better. They have the same kind of a bonnets here with this just the detailing on the bonnet seems almost the same, but the roofs are different. See the roofs, this channel here, so this channel here continues over here and goes through the car, while this one, those channels, the roof is different because you have the mounting rails on the top. Size wise, I think they're quite similar, so I'm gonna show you. So here it is. I've parked them as close as I can, so almost the same. Let's go to the back. Yeah, this one is a little bit shorter, so EUV is definitely a little bit longer. We'll go to the back end in a little bit. So the EV is more sloped, more here the front window is longer and it continues down through the bonnet. You can see it like this better. It's a little bit better styling to my taste actually, this EV. While the EUV is more like a crossover. It has the bonnet, the straight bonnet, and then it has the slope of the window, which is much smaller than this window. Also, so the tires and everything is the same. They sit on Michelin, they come with Michelin Energy, and it's 215/50 R17. Same rims, as you can see, same rims, but the front looks almost the same. This one is a little bit more open here, so this one has widen up. Yep. So this one has more opening here. They have this the same fan, both are the same. This one is more, it has more grids here, but again the same fan. So it's really styling. You have the air channeling here on this one, and on this one you don't have it apparently. Yeah, there is no air channeling on the EV. The other difference is that the EUV is a tiny bit taller. Let me switch the angle. It's tiny bit taller, and also the back is not as sloped as the EUV is taller, and the back is not as sloped. So here the back end is quite sloped. So I'm 5'7" and I'll hit my head on that corner over there, on that edge. Also another difference, so while sitting in those two cars, the experience is quite different because this door is much lower. You see the window is bigger. The edge of the door here is much lower than this one. This one looks more like a crossover. Like this one is like a small hatchback. That's, I guess, the idea. The mirrors are also different. So it has the indicator built in. I don't think this one has it, but it has this nice detail here, while this one doesn't. And they're the same execution. They're 1LT, with the only difference that this one has the safety package, which is the parking sensors on the back. you don't have sensor. So this one has the package for what do they call it, safety package. So no sensor on the front, so you can still hit somebody. On the back you have sensors. I'll show you. So the package brings you the lights indication and in mirror indication, and then you have the back sensors, which senses objects and kind of pushes your brakes. This EUV written here, well, this one doesn't, but this one, for example, has more black, which kind of makes it more styling than this one. It's a nice car. Both are very nice, pretty good. Also the front, if you look at both, the front being this black and this pure white, kind of sits much better than this color, but at that time we were in a rush and we got what we had. You have the same port and same charging capabilities on both. You have the high voltage here, the regular one, all built into one. You don't have a port on the other sides. This one is the same. I think the door is a little bit bigger here for some reason, but that's how they've decided. It's a manual door, so it won't freeze during the winter, which I like. Less things to break. Not like my e-tron, for example. It has an electric door, so I always wonder when it will not open. Let's see what else. So the rails on the roof, that's the difference. Oh yeah, the wipers are also different. So here, and these are the modified ones that with this latch that you cannot find in the stores. These wipers you can buy only probably from Chevy, or you have to find them on Amazon, like I did for my e-tron. But these are regular conventional wipers. Well, these, they open like curtains. And then again, a new model. The old one was with a different latch. Now let me show you the sides. So the sides are quite different because of the front window. You see, this is the EV, and now the EUV is different because of the front bonnet and the window angle. But again, you have more space on the back, even though per specifications I think the EV has the bigger trunk. You have this one here, which is like a protector, plastic protector. Both has locking, auto locking and unlocking here with that button. Let's see the sides. Yeah, more or less similar. You have some kind of a protector, different shape, but again, plastic protector. Yeah, you can see them here. Actually, I'll just position it like this. Let's go. I'm not gonna open the front, and there are no fronts in either of those. You just have coolants, electrical wires, and all that in there. So let's see what else. So the back is also quite different. So the back here, you can see less of a slope. With this extension here, the lights are different too. Well, this one is a little bit more slope, less extension here. They also open different. The EUV opening mechanism is down here, while the EV is up here. So different, but again, styling is different. You have different lights. Let me pull back. You have different lights, almost the same, but different lights, and you have a light, and this is not just a reflector, it's a light. So the back ends also kind of distinguish. I'm not quite sure if that one is taller than the other, to be honest. The difference is very little. The UV is just a little bit longer, I think. So the back, you have more of a protector there for the bumper. This one is kind of more stylish to my taste, with more white. So here are the trunks, and I told you about the mechanism. This one you open from here. You have the weather package here, and this one opens from here. All have this hidden compartment, and you actually have even more down below. Widen the zoom. You have more. You have some parts here, which of course is missing in second hand, but this one came with a charger, which is the L2 charger, which I'm happy about. This thing is kind of finicky, but it does the job to hide your junk. And this one is the same thing. So this one opens different. So this one has like a swivel thing, and then underneath you have one more thing that you can open. Pretty good size, nothing to complain about. For the trunk, you easily fit 2 suitcases plus some small suitcases in here. Yeah, from outside the biggest difference is the slope on the front. Looks a little shorter, but it's really marginally shorter, and it's a little bit lifted on the back end, maybe marginal difference again. Let's go inside on. This is the EUV. So the EUV, you have one main difference is that you have a charging pad. That's standard. That comes standard with the 1LT. You have cigarette charger, regular USB-A and USB-C. So pretty well equipped for a car that you're gonna get for $14,000. Also, it has a CarPlay in it. The display is quite big, as you can see, and you have a second display with kind of nice functionality. You have a, and both cars looks the same. This part here on both cars, the interior is exactly the same with the exception of this charging pad for the EUV. At the back, absolutely the same. You have a middle light here. Here you have the front lights. You have the OnStar thing, which you have to activate once you get the car. You have automatic windows, of course. On the front are automatic. Those doesn't go down. They don't stick. Adjustments for the mirror, for the side mirrors, and yeah, that's about it. You have enough space here to put a water bottle and stuff like that. Let's go to the other one on the front. You see this one is taller. That window is bigger. This one is smaller window. Still a good visibility. Quite comfortable seats. These are textile. You can option for the higher models with leather. I didn't care about it. It was about price and how low we can go. Also, down below you have another compartment, another storage compartment. AC with automatic climate control, so you don't have to touch and constantly turn. You know how some of the cheap cars in this range actually does have a manual adjustment for the AC. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever for the power of the fan. This one is completely automatic. CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless and wired. Both cars are like that. Automatic lights. So you have automatic lights, automatic high beams also. Remember, I'm gonna keep repeating that. This is a car for $14,000. It has way more than any junk that you're gonna buy for $30,000 out of the lot. Of course, this is $14,000 second hand, but there's a lot that you can find right now on this very good price. Speakers on the column, probably another one over there. The car has a decent stereo. It's not like my Bang & Olufsen or any premium cars, but it's a good system. You have AC. This is the oops. Somebody pulled. Yeah, like I said, this one does not have it. It has this deep pocket, but it doesn't have the charging pad, and they're the same modification, like I said, but otherwise the charging is the same. I hate wireless charging anyway. It doesn't work well. It heats up the phones. Eventually your battery dies. Same controls here, same screen, like I said, same second display in front of you, same pedal for regenerative braking. You have one pedal driving, which I hate. Steering wheel is multifunctional on both. You can control quite a bit. You have pedals on the back. At the back of the steering wheel, we have these are the volume pedals. This is typical GM. And on the other side, you have the stations or whatever function you have active right now on the main dash, and you control it. Again, same controls. Auto lights are auto on and off, and then you have the auto high beams. Glove box, pretty good size. At the back, more or less the same. Not more or less, it's literally the same, to be honest. Enough space, no hump here. Only 3 people can ride this car, so 5 people, 3 people at the back. I think I forgot to mention, so another difference, because it's so sloped and the front the windshield is so long, you have these side pockets, which gives you extra visibility when you're turning. I wanted to show you also the infotainment. So this is the display. Let me power it on. It has a start button, a power on button. You're greeted with this big Chevrolet logo. Oh my goodness, this is not gonna stop, I think. Okay, it's gonna stop. So this is the controls. Let's start with the controls. You have auto, like I said, AC, heat, climate, all that 9 yards. Good at the manual controls. For example, you just go this and this varies without even looking. You have CarPlay, you have audio settings. Energy is pretty cool. You can see the flow, which is, I always wonder why manufacturers install this. This is kind of pointless to me, to show where the charge is going. Is it charging the battery? Is it going out of the battery? I don't care. So we have details. So since last charge, you see 4.7 right there, 4.7 miles. So calculate yourself 60 kilowatts with 4.7 miles. Let's put it roughly 5. It's gonna do 300 miles, this car. Again, $14,000. Yeah, so lifetime, this and that, you can reset it. Impacts, it tells you what impacts you and what actually benefits you. Pretty cool. And the history, you can see the history of on the bottom you have the miles, so up to 50 miles you can see how the car performed. Charging, you have a slider here up and down, don't want to touch it. Charging options, pretty standard. Yep, so what else? We have hotspot, but those are all paid stuff, functions, so I'm not gonna go to them. Settings, you have phones, apps. Of course you have to have, that's good, you can disable certain functions like Android Audio, Android Auto, sorry, not Audio, Auto. Collision detections, like I said, this one has the system, so you have help screens and this and that. And look, when you put it in, both has the same camera, both is adjustable when you're turning, the angle is turning. Both would well, this one will detect people coming behind you. Yeah, there you go, you see people just came behind me and started beeping. So let's put it to park. On this screen you have, so charge here, power, regenerative, this and that. And you have, so from the menu, if you do this, you get this side menu, and you can go to, for example, info, and then you have the trip computer and this, all those things. And then you go to music, and you can control your music with those two pedals right there. What else we have? We have navigation. Of course, it's just not real navigation, don't expect to see, but it's the compass. And I think maybe with the built-in navigation it will work, but it's a paid function, so I don't know. Phone, you have two styles actually. You have modern and you have an enhanced, so I just go with enhanced. Settings, yeah, just standard settings. And if you go to music, for example, you can, with the other button, so those two controls the functions that you'll see, and just use the scroll wheel, which is also a click joystick. So now you can choose, radio, media, and all that. FM. There you go. It has enough bass actually, this car, you can configure it. And yeah, it is pretty cool. Like I said, good display. It's big enough display to see where you speed and this and that. And yeah, pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Very Very responsive actually. Yeah, very responsive. No problem with with Apple CarPlay. Also, it works very. My goodness, hold on. Sorry. CarPlay also works very well. You can configure different users. If you have multiple keys, you can configure even the keys, so it detects the key and it adapts to that user. So I can give myself, my wife, my daughter 3 different keys, and it will know who is in the car and connect to their profile and all this. Climate control, auto, you have, you know, heat, auto, this and that. It's pretty standard thing. So yeah, that's about it for the infotainment system. Let's talk about a little bit the ride quality. These are amazingly comfortable for small cars and cheap cars like they are. The noise level, I wouldn't compare them to my e-tron, but yeah, if I take my e-tron as a base, these are, let's say, 70% there. Very well isolated. The noise level is extremely low here, even riding with 70 miles an hour on the highway, very low. The suspension is very good. So to tell you a little bit of a history, this car, the electronics are actually Korean. So GM at some point bought Daewoo. This is essentially a very, very well upgraded Daewoo. They, you know, technology blend from company to company and year to year. So also they own Opel. So this car is actually in Europe is called Opel. And it's that's why actually it rides so well, because it wasn't just made for the US market, but it was made for the European market. So yeah, it rides very well. Noise level very well. Cheap tires, so I mean, not cheap, they're Michelin, but small size, so it's not gonna cost you arm and leg like on mine. Is $2,000 tires. Very well thought, very well to drive. Both charges with 60 kilowatts maximum. So, and the batteries are 65 kilowatts. Usable probably around 60 kilowatts. So in about 1 hour from 0 to 100 you charge it, probably a little more. But I don't care about it because we charge it at home. L2 charging, a couple of hours. This from 10% to 80% where I keep those cars. It's no brainer. It's a couple of hours and you're done. And those, one big thing about those too is actually the range. The range is insane because they're so small and so aerodynamic. They do more than 250 miles on a single charge. For $14,000 car, you cannot beat that value. I mean, it's insane. The maximum I've seen, there was one Korean guy or Chinese guy who did 300 and some miles. I could not really believe that. But in general, those will do, my wife and my daughter drives those, so they will do on average 4.5 miles per kilowatt. So 60 kilowatt battery is gonna get you quite far, more than 250. I think Edmunds tested those and they did 275 or 280. Yeah, pretty sweet. I mean, if you ask me, can't go wrong with those. Very good cars, braking good, accelerating good. This one is faster. This one should do 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. They're both 200 horsepower cars. I think this one is just a little light, and this one is about 7 or 6.9 seconds or something like that. So we covered the looks, we covered the range, we covered the comfort, we covered quite a bit. Price, yeah, right now those, if it's a clean title, it will qualify for $4,000, $4,000 of credits. This one I got it from Carvana. Watch the video, I'm gonna send the link. Watch the video, how they deliver the car is pretty sweet. They gave me the credit right away, so I didn't have to wait. Like this one, I'm still waiting for the credit from IRS. So yeah, I mean, if you can get the credit right away, get it. Anything else? Oh yeah, so let me tell you one drawback, and this with all front wheel drives that are 200 horsepower with so much torque. The distribution is not equal. So one, I think the right wheel will pull stronger So if you floor it, you'll see how it will pull a little bit to the right, which is expected. It's always expected. But that's not a big deal. They're very, actually, another thing that somebody will like, somebody will not like is the sharp steering. That's typical GM. I drove the Chevy Equinox, drives the same, even worse. I mean, it's, with little touches on the wheel, it just flies left and right. Not like a German car, for example. If somebody drove Audi, Mercedes, or BMW, they're more resilient to those small changes. One thing to note though, and this is a very common problem with both cars, you see how this one has a hump? It's not assembled properly. So look at the black line right where the window is, and boom, this one actually jumped out. If it's not rattling, I would suggest don't touch it, because they have to disassemble the whole thing, reassemble it again, and they might introduce rattling or squeaking noises or whatever it is. Right now this car also does not rattle, does not squeak at all, so I am not touching that at all. I'm fine with that. So that's about handling. Yeah, I definitely like the EV more, because it's more aggressive, like a small hatchback. Reminds me of a 205 Peugeot or Renault, actually more than the modern Renaults. This one is just sweet with this blackening and the liqueur black. Pretty good. Yeah, that's about it. I think that's about it. If you want to know anything else, let me know in the comments, and please make sure to subscribe. Thank you.